not necessarily reflect those of the staff or management of Radio Hotties. The content broadcast on this show is meant for informational and entertainment purposes only.
जब हमारे परिवार के बुजुर्गों की सेहत और देखभाल की बात होती है तो घर पर इन होम केयर वाला ऑप्शन सबसे बढ़िया है। अनलॉक का पेस प्रोग्राम एक ऐसा कन्वीनियंट एंड पर्सनलाइज्ड ऑप्शन है जिसके जरिए हमारे बुजुर्ग घर पर हमारे साथ रहकर यही देखभाल और सेवा का लाभ उठा सकते हैं। अब चाहे वो घर पर रहे या अनलॉक वाले पेस सेंटर में आए, उनको वही डेडिकेटेड एंड प्रोफेशनल केयर मिलेगी। अनलॉक ने बुजुर्गों की सेहत को अपना प्रायोरिटी बना लिया है। और जानने के लिए 1855-308-0195 पे कॉल करें। That's 1855-308-0195. After months of screen time and no play dates, the Children's Discovery Museum is open for Purple Play Days of Summer. It's time to rediscover the wonder. Climb on the fire engine, splash around in the waterworks, blow bubbles, and scale the tree climber in Bill's backyard. Oodles of hands-on arts and culture, STEM, health, and nature-themed exhibits await your family. The Giant Purple Museum is open every day, Wednesday through Sunday. Reservations are required at cdm.org. That's cdm.org.
Top of the morning, Bay, with Good Morning Bay.
Get to know about the traffic on your way and what's news around the world today.
Some wisdom skills along the way.
Oh, and a song to hum along with and sway.
Get your perfect entertaining start to the day.
At 9 a.m. every weekday morning with
Mahima's Good Morning
Bay.
Good morning, Bay. आप सभी लोग हमारे तरफ से एक प्यार भरा नमस्ते,
नमस्कार,
वनकम,
नमस्कार,
खुशामदीद,
अस्सलाम वालेकुम,
सत श्री अकाल,
అందరికీ వందనములు,
जय स्वामी नारायण,
जय श्री कृष्ण,
जय जनेंद्रा।
हमारे इस्माइली भाई बंधुओं को बोल दे या अली मदद,
बोला जी मदद बोलते सारे फीजे मलक बोलेंगे नीसा बोला बरजान। हम आ गए हैं आपके प्यारे महिमा के द्वारे मैसेफ फालतू बाबा
and of course myself फालतू रानी लेकर आपके लिए एक और drive time that's going to make it totally exciting and totally मस्तानी बंदजानी।
That's right, Banjan. Of course, today is the 24th of August, and a lot of things happening, Banjan. In fact, there is a particular deadline for Afghanistan, as you guys know, Banjan. The deadline, of course, is coming up. Biden is going to be sharing that with you guys. In fact, he already told us about August 31st, supposed deadline for that. Do you know about that?
Correct.
For all the troops to come out of Afghanistan, what he's saying. So he's making sure all the rescue efforts or whatever's happening over there is going to happen and finish.
Yes.
By the August 31st, that's a deadline. There's no soft deadline, nothing whatsoever, but they say that their team is going to make sure they can achieve this particular feat, Badajan. Now, if you want to get more information about that, you got to wait for the news. That's right, Fatwani is the news bearer of news, Badajan, good or bad. She bears the news for us, right, Fatwani?
Yes, I bear the news. Okay, now can you please tell us how much we have to bear with the traffic?
You don't have to bear much at traffic, Badajan. Traffic is very smooth right now today, so let's go take a quick look at what's happening in the roads. Let's take a hal, total sustenance.
It's time for the Bandu Traffic Update. Call us from wherever you are at 408-912-2479.
Alright, Banjan, मैंने बताया आपको, it is not much of a traffic out there. Everything is pretty much smooth, no accidents to report. That's very nice, except for something happening on the bridge in Richmond area, Banjan. But that also actually seems to be already on the scene. It is being cleared up for you guys. So otherwise, traffic is looking smooth. There's not much of traffic on the roads. Why? Is it because of what Fauci said? I don't know.
Oh my
now,
God.
Now, Fauci also impacts traffic, but his statements are pretty much impacting anybody's lives. In at least two conversations, social conversations, I hear Fauci's name. He's the most popular person apart from Donald Trump right now. Donald Trump, people have forgotten him, I suppose.
I don't know. Who's that?
Donald Trump. Exactly. My point. Exactly my point. Everybody want to forget about that for sure. Lekin, that was the traffic update. Weather-wise, I told you, but it's going to get hotter as we get into the week. It's going to be really hot by the time it's Saturday, Sunday. We're going to have weather somewhere in the upper 90s pretty much. But right now, enjoy the weather while it lasts. It's going to be in the... I think it's going to be in the upper 70s, actually 78. And probably over the weekend we probably will have lower 90s or upper 90s. I'm sorry, but lower 90s, 91, 92 aisa aayega probably. But right now, of course, weather is very nice and pleasant. It might get really hot by the time we get to It's not going to get hot at all, actually. It's going to be sunshine. The clouds are going to fade away right now, and we're going to have sunlight, sunshine, clear skies, clear blue skies in California, Banjan, in just a couple of hours. That's right. So that's something to celebrate for sure, Banjan. Lekin abhi ke liye I am to get into news updates for Bandhus. Faltani, what do you think? Do you have news updates for our Bandhus?
Yes, Altu Baba.
Let me first go and say hello to all the people on Facebook. Deepak ji, namaste, kaise hain aap? And Deepa ji, namaste. Hello, good morning to you too. And Vibha ji, welcome. आप सभी लोगों को हमारा शो पे स्वागत है. And Faltani, shall we jump into the news for our Bandhus?
Yes, Altu Baba.
And of course, Bajaj, if you want to catch up the news in detail, we'll share with you guys on air. You know what to do. Yeah,
what
exactly.
do they need to do?
Stay tuned. Or go to mediawave.com. You can find the news right there, Bajaj. And Abhi, this is what's happening around the world. Actually, first let's start with local news, right, Faltani?
Yes, absolutely.
Go ahead. Take it away.
Well, Banajan, for Silicon Valley News, you can tune in right here every single morning, right here on Good Morning Bay. Let's start with the VTA. The VTA light rail service remained at a standstill, but the agency continues discussions about getting trains up and running again. The head of the Santa Clara Valley Transportation Authority on Tuesday was scheduled to update plans for resuming service on the light rail line that shut down on May 26th after a deadly mass shooting at the VTA rail yard near downtown San Jose, in which 9 employees were killed by a co-worker. Part of the service resumption plan will be to run test trains ahead of bringing back passenger service, but a date for getting trains rolling again has yet to be released. Fast-moving Caldor fire, Bandajan, is knocking on the doors of the Lake Tahoe Basin. New concerns are developing at the explosive Caldor fire southwest of Lake Tahoe, the famed alpine lake straddling the California-Nevada state line and surrounded by peaks of the Sierra Nevada and resort communities. The Caldor fire, just 9% contained at this point, has become the nation's #1 priority for firefighting resources, said Chief Thorne Porter, Director of the California Department of Forestry and Fire Protection. It is knocking on the door of the Lake Tahoe Basin. We have all efforts in place to keep it out of the basin, but we do need to also be aware that there is a possibility, based on the way the fires have been burning, that this could be affected as well. He also personally said that he did not believe that the fire would get into the basin, but that could also be proved wrong. Silicon Valley has a bunch of billionaires, right? One particular billionaire's divorce is making big headlines. Hollywood divorces generally make huge headlines, right? But the Silicon Valley divorce has a lot of people talking. It is between billionaire Scott Hassan, who helped launch Google, and his estranged wife Alison Huynh, a senior research fellow at Stanford University's robotics lab. Apparently, it's like a major drama, and if you guys want to catch up on that, if you want to find out what is all the drama that's going on, we will share with you a video link that we found on one of the TV news channels, which is pretty interesting. You can actually catch up on that. Now, that is something that you want to look out for. We'll share that link on facebook.com/Radio Dehoties. Another huge issue that's happening, Manajan, is that Bay Area schools are experiencing teacher shortage. While desperately trying to keep COVID out, there's one thing school districts are trying to attract, and that is more teachers. Quite a few are taking a leave of absence, possibly because of the pandemic. It's very tough. We've come a long way, Superintendent Dr. Kenneth Hurst, adding that West Contra Costa Unified School District had 200 teaching positions to fill. Now it's down to 50 openings, but with school already back in session, parents and students are noticing the teacher shortage. At high school level, math, history, science, that's the need across the district, said Hurst. In fact, at Bayview Elementary School, 5 teachers were hired just within the past week after school reopened. With substitutes, high schools must get creative, for example, with a software program called Ingenuity. So imagine sitting in the classroom, having the teacher there, the student is doing an online math lesson working on the computer. That's what Ingenuity is, said her. So there's edjoin.org is a website where you can find teacher openings in different districts. Even Morgan Hill said that they're looking for more teachers, as well as bus drivers and school psychologists. Everywhere there's a teacher shortage across all school districts right now almost, and especially in Contra Costa they're actually offering teachers bonuses of up to $6,000 apparently. So that's one big issue that a lot of our schools are grappling with at this particular point in time. In San Jose, Banajan, hard hats and gold shovels in the South Bay were a symbolic gesture that will one day mean homes for the unhoused. On Monday, San Jose city and county leaders, along with stakeholders, broke ground for a future site of the villas at the 4th Street. This will have a complex that will provide 93 apartments for seniors aged 55 and up. The project is the outcome of a public-private partnership, including companies like Google and Apple. The organization People Assisting the Homeless, which is called PATH, is heading up the construction of this particular development and will provide supportive services to residents once they move in. And from across the United States, Banajan, Democrats in the House of Reps sought a compromise between centrists and progressives on Tuesday that would enable them to advance key parts of President Joe Biden's agenda. House leaders teed up an early afternoon vote on Biden's ambitious plan for the trillions of dollars to expand childcare and other social programs one day after intra-party disagreements forced them to postpone an earlier vote. With this full vaccine approval, US could control COVID by spring of 2022, says Aldo Baba's favorite character on the health scene, and that is Dr. Anthony Fauci. The United States could get COVID-19 under control by early next year, with potential wider vaccine approvals coming in the weeks ahead, Dr. Anthony Fauci said on Tuesday, one day after Pfizer won wider FDA approval for its shot. The nation's top infectious disease expert in television interview said Food and Drug Administration's full approval for Pfizer vaccine paves the way for more people to get inoculated, with potential approval for Moderna Inc. And Johnson & Johnson's vaccines in coming weeks, and approval for young children possibly this fall. The White House is set to tackle cyber challenges with Apple, IBM, and insurance CEOs. They're hosting an event tomorrow that will bring together America's largest technology companies for a discussion about cybersecurity challenges following a raft of high-profile hacking incidents earlier this year. People familiar with the event told Reuters. The event comes as Congress weighs new legislation concerning data breach notification laws and cybersecurity insurance industry regulation, historically viewed as two of the most consequential policy areas within the field. And for those of you who have been following the situation in Tennessee, Banjan, the weekend flooding in Tennessee that killed at least 21 people was more destructive than originally estimated, with about 120 homes washed off, foundations destroyed or simply gone, officials are saying. You could get more information about all of this on MediaMahima.com, but right now we're going to go to Agani Kira before we come back to you with the world news.
That's right, Agani Kira coming for you guys, and this is again Agani Kira, Agana, actually, not even Akira. Agana is coming to you guys, which is not official movie Gana.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a nice song, nonetheless, and it's all about, it's from a group which is formed ad hoc, right?
Yeah.
Salim Suleiman, Farhan Akhtar, right? And who else, Fazali? That's it, right? Those three of them.
कहते हैं पढ़ लिख कर आखिर क्या करोगी, तुमको तो किसी का घर बसाना है। कहते हैं तुम हो मानत दूसरे की, मुझसे कहो अपनी भी जिद है, तोड़े हम सारे ये बिगड़े छूले आसमान।
guys, Salim Sulaiman, I think they should come back, man. They actually had a different kind of music. I don't want them to become a fad, you know. I don't want them to just disappear like the other people who disappear, right?
Correct.
They actually are a brother duo, but if you're not knowing them, we met them in person, very down to earth folks, very nice, and they are thoughtful music directors, I would say.
Yes, they
I
are.
don't think we found anything which they copied,
Huh.
right? If you notice, the 90s, whoever came out in Millennium realized that they can't copy tunes except Preetham. Of course, Preetham can actually do anything he wants. But the
Well,
thing
there's
is,
a lot of people. Let's not just blame Preetham. Annu Malik also.
yeah, but in 2000, everybody is very cautious now, no?
Yeah,
Now
yeah.
they have to create their own music. But there's one of the guys who are actually very creative, and I hope they actually come back to us anyways, with some nice music, of course.
Right.
I know that they are not getting any projects. God knows why. Probably
Why?
Salman Khan is
Why?
angry with them.
I don't know.
Salman Khan is angry. They say people they won't give any business to him, right?
Really?
I don't know what I might have rubbed him the wrong way somewhere. I don't care anyways. It's fine.
Why would you have?
Because मेरे को opportunity मिला ना.
तू कटरीना कैफ के पीछे ऐसे हाथ
That
धो
is
के
why.
बनाते हो।
That is what I was wondering. But you know, it doesn't
See?
matter to me, Barajan. I will tell you, I am not like KRK. I am like Altu Baba.
You're like what?
I'm not like KRK. I don't just shoot
That
out.
2 rupees fellow. Oh God.
I'm not like the guy. So I just take a stance.
God.
Very important. And yes, I will call a spade, Barajan. Yes, Salman Khan ho ya Shah Rukh Khan ho. Shah Rukh Khan, okay, November 2nd born. Can't do any mistake anyways. The point is, Banjan, I'll tell you, Faltwani, we got to go into our news update right now for the world.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting about the world, Faltwani?
What, Altaf?
One side, of
Me?
course,
Me?
about the world.
Yeah.
Interesting,
but
I
I'm
said.
in it.
Interesting. And I'm not talking, there's a lot of stuff to be bored about in the world.
Yeah.
Talking interesting things. Apart from me,
Yeah.
what's interesting in the world is the fact that, 31st was the deadline, correct?
What? Yeah.
What?
For the pull out.
Pull out, right?
Yeah.
US troops are coming out, or US people are going to come out, and they're going to be getting the
Correct.
Afghans out.
Correct.
You know what Taliban came out and said?
Yes, Alta Baba, I know what they came out and said. They said no evacuation extension as G7 meets on the Afghan crisis. That's why Bulujan, Afghanistan's new Taliban leader, said today that they wanted all foreign evacuations from the country completed by August 31st deadline and that they would not agree to an extension. The hardline Islamist group sought to assure thousands of Afghans crowded into the Kabul airport in the hope of boarding flights that they had nothing to fear and that they should just go home. In fact, now they're forbidden Afghanistanis from coming to the airport. They're saying no more asking to leave the country. So they're telling people go back home.
Yeah, I believe it was actually a fervor. It's like, people just got scared and it's, oh no, we gotta go. But they're saying that everything is
Obviously,
fine.
man.
No, obviously, come on. They also got a point. It's not like they got to. But anyway, the point is, they're backtracking whatever they said.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. In fact, there are so many videos that are coming out. An Afghan American family who have been trapped in Kabul for days and have been documenting the dire conditions that they're living in following the Taliban's takeover. They've been appealing for government support over Instagram. But we guarantee their security. Taliban spokesman Zabihullah Mujahid told a news conference in the capital, which Taliban fighters seized on August 15.
And one thing, I'll tell you one more thing interesting about the world. How the multinationals, the so-called global businesses, they want to take a piece of this. You know what they come back and said right now? There is a definite need for housing for all things. So Airbnb, one of the international housing thing, has said that they're going to give 200,000 homes for Afghans to stay and recoup in the free time.
Oh.
I really don't know how they're going to do that.
They'll get money from the government.
I know, but how will they do that?
I have no idea.
I
there
think
might
it's
be
more.
people who have, what do you call, they have holiday homes? Maybe.
Yeah,
not
I know
vacation
what happened, Faldani. The COVID pandemic has dropped their sales.
Yeah.
So what if they have those houses anyways? Give to them. But the point is, what if they come back in the state, they don't want to go anywhere afterwards?
I don't know, Altu Baba.
20,000 homes what they promised actually. 20,000 refugees, Afghan refugees, they're going to give them housing.
Okay.
How will they pick 20,000? I don't understand. What is the criteria?
Well, why don't you talk to William Burns?
Who is William Burns?
He's the CIA director.
No, but Brian Chesky is the person who announced it.
Well, I don't know. You can actually talk to Brian Chesky and see if you can get him for an interview and find out what it is.
Yeah.
We can definitely do that.
Probably he's just a publicity stunt.
Okay, Bhattacharya. So that is our AVCT for the day. And let's tell you what else is happening in Afghanistan. The CIA Director William Burns flew to Kabul for secret talks with the Taliban leadership on Monday amid expectations that the United States and its Western allies will call the militants' bluff and extend the August 31st withdrawal deadline in order to complete the evacuation of stranded Americans and Afghan allies. President Joe Biden has agreed with the Pentagon recommendation to just stick to the August 31st Afghan pullout deadline, according to sources in the Biden administration. The Pentagon's recommendation was made on Monday based on concerns about security risks to American forces, the official said. Biden has asked the Pentagon for contingency plans to stay longer should it be necessary, the official said, speaking on a condition of anonymity. United States Vice President Kamala Harris pushed ahead with a trip to Vietnam on Tuesday after delaying the visit over concerns due to an unexplained health incident potentially related to the mysterious Havana syndrome. Harris, eager to woo allies in a bid to counter China, arrived at the Southeast Asian country's capital after a 3-hour delay in Singapore and an unusual statement from the U.S. Embassy in Vietnam blaming a recent possible anomalous health incident for the delay. This is a term that the U.S. government often uses to describe Havana syndrome, a condition with symptoms such as dizziness, nausea, migraines, and memory lapses, so named because it was first reported by American officials based in the U.S. Embassy in Cuba in 2016. In news from India, Banajan, let us tell you that the COVID in India may be entering some kind of a stage of endemicity, says WHO's chief scientist. India on Monday reported 25,467 COVID-19 infections, pushing the overall tally of COVID cases in the country to 32,474,773 with 354 new fatalities in the last 24 hours. The death toll has further climbed up to 4,35,110. But the recovery rate is 97.68%, which has been the highest since March 2020. What is an endemicity, Altubaba? Do you know anything about that?
Endemicity.
Yeah.
You need to get to the root of the one.
They say that this stage of endemicity is where there is a low or moderate level of transmission going on. Chief scientist of the World Health Organization, Dr. Soumya Swaminathan, is saying.
So, in other words, it's a natural, it's a characteristic of a specific people or group of people.
Yeah, it says the endemic stage is when the virus
is almost dying. You're winning the race.
Yeah, exactly. When the population begins to learn to live with the virus.
Yeah.
It's very different from the epidemic stage when the virus overwhelms the population.
Yeah, so now we are kind of getting herd immunity, right?
Yeah, that's what she's saying.
Yeah, so the more you listen to our radio, you get herd immunity.
That's true. Well, in India, there is a controversial Bombay High Court judgment, Banajan. Attorney General K.K. Venugopal on Tuesday termed as outrageous the recent judgment of Bombay High Court, which held that skin-to-skin contact is essential for a sexual assault offence under the POCSO Act, apparently. He told the Supreme Court that it would have wider ramifications on 43,000 cases registered under this particular act every year. Appearing before a bench of justices, U.U. Lalit and Ajay Rastogi, the Attorney General said that the High Court grossly erred in holding that when there is no direct physical contact or skin-to-skin contact with sexual intent without penetration, it would not amount to an offence under the Protection of Children from Sexual Offences Act.
Wow. Speaking of India, we have somebody actually, our representative in India actually is going to be telling us everything over here is good. On Facebook, we have Deepa actually listened to us from Bangalore all the way. She's saying that, things are getting better here, Fathrani.
Yeah.
Reporting live, it seems. Reporting from ground.
That is so awesome. That is so awesome. You should have done that from there, Deepa.
Yeah, Deepa, you just dialed into us. Come on, Deepa, you should do all those things.
Yeah, exactly.
You can do the app for sure.
Oh, by the way,
yes.
India is for sale, it seems.
What?
Yeah, that's what CPIM is alleging, that the centre, with its decision to monetize its assets across key sectors, has officially announced the sale of India. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman on Monday had unveiled an ambitious rupees 6 lakh crore national monetization pipeline that included unlocking value by involving private companies across infrastructure sectors, from passenger trains and railway stations to airports, railroads and stadiums.
So here's what's going to happen. Unfortunately, when this happens, right? This is exactly what America did when they started off America. Remember?
Yeah.
That's what. And sad part right now is India will be owned by Ambani's.
Yeah, that's what the CPIM, the left party, they're saying that it's like selling family silver to meet daily expenditure of the country.
Not good.
Which makes neither economic nor common sense. And she's saying, "Oh, get ready, India is for sale." It seems.
No, but it's not good. Come on, Rajiv Gandhi, what are you doing? Step in.
Yeah, who?
Rajiv Gandhi is the only person who opposed
Rajiv
voting.
Gandhi.
No, Rahul Gandhi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and then finally, let's tell you that Prime Minister Narendra Modi has spoken to Vladimir Putin over the Afghanistan situation. They've been discussing the prevailing situation in Afghanistan. During the conversation, Prime Minister Modi and Putin noted the importance of coordinated efforts which would contribute to the establishment of peace and stability in Afghanistan, ensuring security in the region as a whole, according to a particular statement that was issued. Those were the news headlines that we have from across the world and also from India, Bandajan. And if you want to catch up on all of this, you can go to MediaMahima.com, or you can just watch our video on the Radio Dehoris channel on YouTube, or just follow us on Facebook and you can watch this video again if you missed any portion of it. Again, that's pretty much what we have this morning on Good Morning Babe.
That's right, Banjan, and finally signing off this particular song.
बस एक बोझ है
छूले आसमां
जो बुरा हुआ तेरा कसूर है उनसे कहो अपनी भी जिद है तोड़े हम सारे ये बिगड़े छूले आसमां देखना हम जीत ले बदले रास्ता हर धड़कन बोले छूले आसमां देखना हम जीत ले
Have yourselves a beautiful, terrific Tuesday. We'll be back tonight live at 5 on the Pam Pam Show. Don't forget to tune in then.
हर जर्रा ये कहे अब हम हैं संग करे रोके से न रुके और कदरा चीख के और आए संग मेरे अपनों के ना रुके
Hi, this is Farhan Akhtar and you're listening to Radio The Hotties, where the entertainment just keeps getting hotter.